The rules are very simple, and they've been in place for the last several days now. The rule is the moment we're knocked out of Europe, we resign from PENYBONT. Of course, there is a scenario where we win the Conference League this season, so we don't get knocked out at all, and it rolls over into next season. So there's no guarantees this is the last episode. At the same time, it could be the last episode. Anything can happen. It's all very exciting. But we have had a good start to Europe this season after playing Linfield 15 times to get through to the Conference League knockout rounds. I'm barely exaggerating as well. If you weren't in last night's stream, last season we played Linfield in the first qualifying round for the Champions League. This season we played Linfield in the first qualifying round for the Champions League. We then played Linfield again in the final Conference League qualifier. We then played Linfield again in the Challenge Cup third round. So we have played Linfield 7 times in the last 14 months. We're not in the same country as them, never mind the same league. It's madness. Linfield should be on our rivalry list by now, but they're not. Apparently, the Bont have no rivals because nobody can rival the Bont, as I'm sure you'll all agree. So, yeah, at least we're not going to have to play Linfield again. I've got away from my point there, haven't I? What I was trying to say is we started really well. We beat Dnipro in the first round of matches. We went away from home and won a football match. We also have quite favourable fixtures for the rest of the group stage. Last year, we finished on 6 points and missed out by 1 place on the knockout rounds. But last year we had to play Fiorentina, we had to play Lons. We had really tough opposition last year. This year, we've already beaten Dnipro away from home. We've still got to play Maccabi Haifa, Karabag, Molde, St. Gallen, and Baku. I've got to believe, I think 7 points is enough in the Conference League to get to the knockout rounds. I've got to believe we pick up another 4 points from the next 5 games and make it beyond Christmas in Europe as a team from Wales. What a thing that would be, boys and girls. Have we rested the players off the back of that match? It looks like we have. Crack on then. Let's just crack on. He's got hair everywhere. You should let me remove some of it for him. He'll love it. Nothing quite like having your hair removed by me. Haircut live on stream. Yeah, exactly. That's what we're going to do at Milton Keynes. Because I'm sure as heck not going to watch Milton Keynes versus Cambridge for the football. So we'll go there, and as well as me cheering on the referee and hoping he sends everyone off from both teams, I'm just going to randomly shave bits of Chris during the match. Little tip for future editing moments. If I start a story, stop telling it because I already know how bad it's going to be, and then I get begged to finish it, I protest and then have to finish it anyway, just to quieten everybody down. They are not necessarily what I would deem highlights. Oh, Jack did eat my chips, though. Who owns those chips? Did we ever establish who owns the chips? No one knows. And basically want to know if Jack's harbouring stolen chips. Most of the comments were discussing who owns the chips. Mason owns the chips, apparently. Who paid for them? Zealand. But that was the question. I mean, without getting last night's stream fully brought back up to speed and all that kind of shenanigans, the question is, at what point does the transfer of ownership take place? Zealand paid for the chips after I'd already given them to Jack and Jack had already eaten them. So that's the thing. I ordered a meal that came with chips. It's very important that we get to the bottom of this. I ordered a meal that came with chips. I couldn't finish my chips. So Jack finished my chips. Then the bill came. And because Zealand's American, he paid it and then went, "You guys have got Venmo here, right?" To which we all laughed heartily. So it was never even Zealand's intention to pay for the chips. And I'd already given them to Jack before Zealand was even involved in the transaction. I don't see at what point they ever became Zealand's chips. So you should claim them back from Jack. But I gave them to Jack. I gave Jack permission to eat them. Whoever ordered them, you enter into a contract with the restaurant and order them. So they were my chips all along. I guess we'll never get to the bottom of it. Without wanting to appear too upset by all this, I'm not bitter. I'm not holding on to this. As we've just disclosed, I did eventually pay Zealand back for my share of the meal. But Jack ate part of my share of the meal. So does Jack owe me money / chips? I feel like he must. Right. We are back in Europe, boys and girls. As much as I would like to carry as Jack needs to pay tax on the gift. That is a good point. Can I have it deducted as a charitable donation? Kyle, thank you for 34 months. Wonderful stuff. We are back in Europe, so let's not talk about chips for a little while. A win here, and I don't want to say we're as good as through. We're a long way. We take a big step in towards the knockout rounds if we win here. It's our first home game of the season in Europe, and it is winnable. The proper teams have to play each other too often, so they throw a few stripy ones in just to make up the numbers. That's all it is. Yeah, I don't need to pester. I don't need to bother myself with stripy ones. We've just done a football goal, everybody. Come on! Do I not have a remote control? It's not a TV. It's a monitor. I've got a remote control for the skybox, but not for the monitor. We need a second goal. Oh, look at Dante Casanova go. Look at him. We're going to do another. We're playing very well. Craig's in again. Oh, that boy carries on like this. He's going to earn himself a surname. Yeah, we're doing an accidental building a nation. And then Emlyn might give me a pay rise. You never know. There you go. We're not going to win it anyway. It's all falling apart. It's all gone wrong. We're going to win the Conference League. And frankly, not a single one of you can stop me from doing it. Look at us go. There are some terrifyingly big teams in this, though. And West Ham are there as well, look. So I don't think there is much chance of us winning it. Right. This is a huge match for us. We are at home against Karabag. And where are they in the league at the moment? They are in 14th. They have 1 win, 1 draw. Who have they played so far? So they drew 2-2 with Dnipro, who we beat away from home. And on match day 1, they won 1-0 away against Maccabi Haifa, who we also beat. So that's actually quite useful. They've played the same 2 teams we've played, and we've won both of our games, and they've got a win and a draw. So on that basis, as we are the home team, you would expect us to win. This should be win number 3. Why is the stadium so big? Because our stadium is too small for Europe. So I think we play at the Millennium Stadium. We were playing at Cardiff's ground, but this seems bigger all of a sudden. So I think we might be playing at the Millennium Stadium now. One moment. Apparently, this is the Bridgend Community Arena, which was built this year. What the actual... Why have they gone and built that, but they're not just giving it to us? They've built a 51,500 capacity stadium in Bridgend, and then they only let us use it in Europe. That is... Emlyn, you are a scumbag. Emlyn is behind this. I'm convinced Emlyn is behind this. This is Emlyn's doing. Nobody plays there. There are no teams that play there. It has clearly been created for us to play our European games in. It was built this year. The only team to ever play in it is us. It is clearly our spare ground. Oh, a Boxall, thank you very much for 10 gifted. Lovely stuff. Meanwhile, we still play at the SDM Glass Stadium, also in Bridgend, incidentally. I mean, what's the population of Bridgend? One moment, we're doing research. Population of Bridgend. I wonder if there's okay, so more than 50,000. So a third of the people who live in Bridgend can fit in the stadium. I mean, is there the opportunity at some point in the future for us to move into it permanently, do we think? And why is there red seats, Eminem? We play in blue. What are you up to? He's going to try and form a new team and put them in England, isn't he? It's for the community, Kev. The community wanted red. Yeah, sorry, my mistake. Bridgend, the community of Bridgend needed a 50,000 capacity football stadium. Maybe Wales are hosting something and needed to build some stadiums. Oh, Morgan! That's a goal. Is that a header from outside the penalty area? We'll take it. Let's have a little look. Right, lump forward. Where does he head it from? It's well outside the penalty area. Oh, come on. What a man. This is football right here. Win this. If we hold on to this score, we're through to the next round. 9 points will be enough. That means we carry on past Christmas. We're never leaving the Bont. Oh, come on, up the Bont. Oh, my word. The Bont staying in Europe. The greatest team in the history of Welsh football. Might be speaking a moment too soon. Just a smidgen of a moment. Don't need to see that replay. Let's pretend that never happened. Just pretend that never happened. We're good. 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 Come on, then. We're good, aren't we? It's all good. It's fine. It's fine. We're good. Come on. Come on. Don't look back to anger. Go for it. Oh, Melvin. Melvin. Come on, Melvin. That's how you do it. Wonderful stuff. That, boys and girls, is called a counter-attack. That's one of our specialities. Look at us go. Well, look at that. So last year, to get top 8, you needed 13 points. So 2 more. If we win 2 of our remaining 3 games, we'll get top 8. Top 8 means you miss the first knockout round and go through to the next one. How close we were last year. So painfully close. But we've already got more points than we got last year. We are comfortably guaranteed knockout rounds. We're better than Udinese. We're better than West Ham. Is Chris the same editor that edited my Grantham save that was cut short? I don't know. Were you, Chris? If not, who the hell did that? He doesn't think so. I'm like 90% sure it was Chris. I don't think there's any way of checking. I can't imagine who else it would be. I wonder if we go on Twitter. Chris just shrugging. LOLLUJO Grantham. Do I mention anywhere on here who was doing the editing for me? Oh, we've gone back too far. So that was a full stream. This is highlights, I think. Yeah, that's 35 minutes of highlights. Did I credit who edited it, do we think? I probably did. This must have been you, Chris. No one else is gullible. No one else is helpful enough to do my editing for me. We've got a stream highlights video from my new stream series over on Twitch. I've started someone called Jamie with Grantham. Who the is Jamie? Does Jamie still work for me? I mean, we were only just talking about what would happen when I fire Chris. I genuinely, Jamie, if you are here, I'm sorry, I've forgotten you existed and I don't know who you were. Am I still paying Jamie? I don't know. I don't know who Jamie is. Who the hell is Jamie? This is how I'll treat you, Chris. This is absolutely how I'll treat Chris, yes. I do not remember. I don't remember the Grantham series. I do not remember Jamie. How long ago was this? I mean, I was in this office. So this is only July 2021. This is 18 months ago. Oh, I found him. I found him. He does still. Jamie, I'm so sorry if you still follow me. This is Jamie. He sent me a DM saying episode 5 is in Dropbox. So this is who edited that. Well, now we know. I'm sorry, Jamie. But that's him. That's Jamie. Oh, apparently I wasn't paying him. I'm looking at how it's the first thing I said to him. Hey, this is the first DM I sent to Jamie. Hey, if you're serious about editing together the new stream series into highlight videos for free, I'm interested in trialing it with tonight's stream. Oh, God, I didn't. A year ago, he reached out to me from FM Base and sent me a notebook. That's in this DM thread. I didn't realise that was the same guy. Oh, God. Oh, my word. I would just like to apologise to the world. Oh, it looks like I did ghost him. Right, we have an exchange here. 19th of July from Jamie. Episode 5 is in the Dropbox. I've said cheers. And then 2 days later, message from Jamie. Hi, Kev.
Please try again.
Just seen your community post on YouTube, and I agree it probably won't work out with the lack of views. So I just did a community post. Oh, my word. I've really enjoyed doing it, though, and if you want anything doing in the future, don't fret to shoot me a DM. Oh, and then 6 months later, only 6 months later, I get the message asking if he can send this notebook to my P.O. box from FM Base. And all I've done is just replied with the P.O. box address. I haven't even said, hi, Jamie, how you doing? I've literally, I mean, that's how I replied. I just literally sent him the P.O. box address as if I'd never spoken to him before. Only 6 months had passed. I am hideous. Look, just to show I'm not faking this, episode 4's in the Dropbox, cheers. Episode 5's in the Dropbox, cheers. And then he reads on the community post that we're not doing it anymore. Oh, Jamie, I am very sorry. But also very glad that it turns out I'm not still paying you. Oh, my word. So, in summary, to the person who asked earlier how I'll sack Chris, it turns out I'll just forget he exists. Oh, my word. If anyone ever doubted my complete lack of social skills, anyone ever thought I was faking my neurodiversity, just send them that exchange, because I'm horrified looking at that. I'm now starting to see why I have this reputation for being a monster. Oh, and now all the mods are coming out and just confirming that I just put splendid. Cheers. That's my way of acknowledging that I've read what you've sent me. What am I supposed to say? I don't know how to do the interaction stuff. I can perform. I don't know how to have a conversation. Oh, no. Oh, I am a monster. Big thanks to everyone who supported the Grantham stream highlights videos here on YouTube. But unfortunately, I think the next one, part 5, which is due out on Friday, is likely to be the last unless something dramatic happens. View numbers are way down on the one that came out today. And it's just too damaging to the channel and the algorithm to release videos that perform like this. I'm sure some of you will suggest moving the highlights to the LOLLUJO live channel instead, but unfortunately that channel is unlikely to ever generate enough views to make enough money to pay Jamie for all his hard work editing. Acknowledging his hard work. Turns out that idea did work, though. Chris made it happen. Chris screwed Jamie. I didn't screw Jamie. Chris screwed Jamie. The LOLLUJO live channel made less than $100 in ad revenue last month. And even if I gave it all to him, that sounds generous, it's not enough to cover the time it takes to put these videos together. Again, thanks for the support, but sometimes new ideas don't work out. If you've invested in the story, want to see how it develops, I'll be streaming that save live on Twitch and uploading the unedited stream replays onto LOLLUJO Live. It's so interesting that a year later, we did make it work. The idea was right. But we just needed Chris to come along and screw Jamie and take all the money. Chris is the bad guy. I guess I think Jamie originally offered, I'm going to assume from that he originally offered to do it for free and then I started paying him. If you had a memory, you would have asked Jamie instead of Chris. That's the thing. I genuinely, as recently as yesterday, did that long Twitter thread, and I honestly, hand on heart, truly believed we'd never tried it before. I might need to go and get some medication. I've said for years that I don't mind having I mean, neurodivergence is my superpower. It gives me more benefits than causes problems. It allows me to hyper-focus on stuff. It allows me to become obsessed on stuff and get good at stuff, and it's an advantage. But apparently, it turns me into a monster that I'm not even aware of. I might make a doctor's appointment. On the bright side, if you'd remembered you'd tried it, I wouldn't have taken the risk with Chris. That is true. Sheepdog used to mock me about this with the podcast years ago. Apparently, almost everything we ever did when we were collaborating on stuff, it would be something he would suggest. I would say, no, that's done. We're not going to do it. And then whether it be a couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of months later, I would bring it to him as a brand new idea that I was really excited about. He'd nod and agree and we'd do it. And I'd take the credit. Time to add on to that Twitter thread thanking Jamie for his original work. Well, looking back through the thread of DMs with him, it looks like it was his idea. That's the worst bit. He suggested it to me. You stole his idea, then didn't hire him to do it, you monster. So it seems. Well, and guess who's making a doctor's appointment in the morning? Because it is quite alarming. They're even now talking about it. I have absolutely no memory of any of this happening. Oh, my word. To be fair, lockdown was a strange time. Exactly. Asked me about the network game, paid me a few quid per video, then I came back to him with the idea about editing my main channel videos. He went away. Yeah, see, that's how I remember it happening, Chris. Apparently you just stole the idea, though. Chris is the monster. He's just admitted that he's the monster. It's not me. Oh, Chris, you are a monster. Can't believe you did that. Oh, no. I feel like Grantham was a save that was started because you didn't know if that year was going to come out on time. Just don't remember. Oh, no. How many times have I been around this cycle before? He might be like my 5th editor. I have no idea. Who knows? So much so that early on I'd get, Chris, you don't need to tell me every time a video is done, messages. Oh, did I used to say that? I mean, yeah, I don't even know now. For all I know, you've not released a video for weeks. I have no idea. I don't even look. I assume videos are still happening. I'm still, as far as I'm aware, paying you for them. I have no idea what's going on with LOLLUJO 2. I haven't looked at it. Just no clue. This one I'm doing quite well with. I've been keeping track of like the last 3 or 4 months. I do feel a lot more organized now. But there are huge parts of my life that I've just not written anything down, and so I don't remember it. I need to journal more so I can look back and remember what was going on. I don't know why I would have asked you to edit a Civilization video. Right, come on. Let's have a winner. Come on! So anyway, I am on the lookout for an editor, was where this started. Anyone wants to start editing these videos together for YouTube, let me know. I've been thinking for a while that it's time to get an editor. Clueth can leave, although actually he's here because we need him for homegrown. It's not really a reason to keep him around, though, is it? He wants to leave. Fine. I mean, whatever. There you go. Someone offers £0 for you. You can leave. You are effectively. Oh, okay. That's not what I meant. Max, come back. You've misunderstood me. You've misunderstood me there, Max. I said if someone offers £0 for you, you can leave. I didn't say just leave now. Go away, Emlyn. Why do I remember having a Five Guys with Smoothman in Milton Keynes? I don't remember an entire series from 18 months ago. Right, we are playing Moulder. No! Okay, we're good. Aberdeen are the Dons. I didn't say Dons, I said Dongs. Oh, boys and girls, slight warning. I'm having a little bit of a gallbladder moment. Jamie's voodoo doll. Maybe it is. Oh, dear. Oh, Bagfoot grabs us a goal. Oh, I tried telling it to stop. Stop. A comeback is exactly. We're going to come back here and then I'll be fine. Perhaps I just feel bad when we look like we're going to lose in Europe. On the topic of emotes, we're not doing a Jamie emote, but on the topic of emotes, remember, head over to the Discord, suggest things you would like as emotes for the channel. We've got like 40 slots. We have some that are going to be designed. I've already got a little list of my own. But now is the time to suggest them. Do I have my PC specs anywhere? Yeah, they are. Oh, we've done another football. There's a command for it, I think. You know what? We've done quite well there. We've come to the best team we have to face and not embarrassed ourselves. Oh, apparently my PC specs are on the Twitch page. I don't know for sure if that's the current ones or the previous ones, because I was doing a 2 PC setup for a while. But Matt told me to stop doing that, stop being so damn silly. I've done a lot of research on suitcases and bags and regulations and bag sizes and bag weights. And I've probably bought 5 bags by this point. We're buying bags. No, I'm telling her about the bags.
I'm just going to pack.
Yeah, I
don't care.
I've got my packing list already. I've made it. I don't think you've seen the packing list. Hold on. I have my packing list, which there's my personal item packing list. I've got my small suitcase packing list and my large suitcase packing list, which is down to how many t-shirts I'm going to put in each one.
Have you told them about your goggles?
This is my pack. So first packing list, second part of the packing list, next part of the packing list. For example, on here, I've got... Hold
on. Crocs and slides.
Yeah, I've got to have my Crocs and my slides. I've got my prescription goggles that I bought because I'm cool. But I've already acknowledged with the prescription goggles, if I am to wear these in the pool, I'm going to have to wear them from the room because I'm not going to be able to see. So I'm going to walk down. I'll go full screen. It's full screen. I'm going to have to walk down to the room walk down to the pool with these on and wear them the whole time, or else they're utterly pointless. Yes, the list does have passport on it. Passport is on the personal item list. I've ticked off toothpaste by mistake. On this list, we have laptop, iPad, Kindle, Steam Deck, Switch, spare Switch, and...
Because he doesn't want to talk to me at all.
It's not that I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to get bored. I need my things to do. Who doesn't take a spare Switch on holiday? Isn't Anna bringing the PS5?
No,
That's
I'm
an
not
excellent
allowed.
question.
Because of baggage.
I've purchased a dock for my Steam Deck so I can plug it into the TV so that we can HDMI and play full screen games if we want to.
What am I supposed to do?
What's it say on your packing list?
I don't have one.
I'm urging her to make a packing list. Yeah, someone said that you can use the spare Switch as long as you keep it charged, because the whole point is if the battery runs down on the main Switch, I have the second Switch to switch to. Hence the name. I think that's why they call it the Switch, because you have to have two.
That's why you put the charger in when you're playing. Like Andy. Really?
Oh, well, I'm not going to play on it if it's below 50% battery. I'm not a caveman. Goodness me. If it drops below 50% battery, it's basically on fire.
No, it's not. You're gonna.
It goes in the bin.
You're gonna wreck it.
But I would rather it break than risk it running out of battery while I'm playing a game. So if it ruins the battery, it ruins the battery. I've got a spare one. It's another advantage of having a spare one. I don't know what I normally pack. I pack something different every. I've got, as well as bags, I've got a toiletry organizer and a cable organizer on the way. I ordered them off Amazon last night.
I'm just gonna. I'm not gonna have take any of my baggage.
I've got to keep my cables organised.
Okay, but how am I supposed to get any of my stuff if you're taking all of that? I'm taking this away.
What? No, it's my goat!
Are you going to stop it?
Okay, I'll stop it.
Are you going to stop adding to your stupid list?
Okay. I do need to put my goat on the list.
Right, we're not going. I'm not going.
I'm only taking 3 fugglers. I take fugglers everywhere we go. Yeah, so that's what Anna has to put up with. Does anyone know why she came in? I don't want people booking onto the same flight. Thank you. The chat's just disappeared. Are we still streaming? The chat's just completely gone blank on my screen. I don't know what's going on. I'm assuming we're still live. I'm trying to recover the chat. Chris is telling me on Slack that I'm still live. Oh no, the chat is back. That was weird. The chat just completely crashed, but now it's back. We scored a goal, by the way. How are we in the same Europa League? It's the Conference League, so Real Sociedad are just in the Conference League. West Ham are in this as well. Right. Come on, Hubert. See, Hubert could have gone to Chesterfield, but instead, he's here letting penalties in Europe. Now he's glad he didn't go to Chesterfield, I'm sure. We've just about edged it on XG. Apparently, that doesn't get us any bonus points. I think this is enough for us to qualify top 24. But it does leave us with a little bit to do tomorrow to get top 8, which skips around. Well, we have qualified. We can't finish any lower than 19th. So we are definitely in the... Unless this works differently to the Champions League. Hold the phone. Can you imagine if I'd got this wrong? Oh, have I got it wrong? No. They do call it a playoff, though. So we need top 8 to avoid something called a playoff. Yikes. Okay, we don't want to be playing in anything called a playoff. I have something of a worrisome history in things called playoffs. So we'd quite like to go straight top 8, round of 16 would be very pleasant. But we've got a lot to do to get there. We still play Neftchi Baku. They are... Where are they? I can't even see them. They're down there in 23rd place. We are 1 point outside of the top 8 at the moment. If we go there and win, that's 13 points. And 13 points last season was enough for some teams to get in top 8. Almost immediately at the start of tomorrow's stream, we'll play Barry, and then we're straight into that European decider. And then hopefully by the end of tomorrow's stream, we'll have those knockout rounds to play. And tomorrow really might be the end of Bont. Because we're not going to win this tournament. We're probably almost certainly going to get knocked out tomorrow.